Kushla, it's dinner time here at Atlantis, and we are in the Marina Village where hundreds of guests are flocking to dine at one of the restaurants here this evening. Now, before we get to all of that and the eating, which is pretty much my favorite part, right? We spoke to one of the men that sits at the helm of the food and beverage operation here at Atlantis. And believe it or not, he actually started at Atlantis as a busboy. It's a story that is completely inspiring, that shows you that no matter where you start, it's all about where you finish. Check it out.
So I graduated from Prince Will on June 27, 1975. And I started working on June 28, 1975.
Charles Colebrooke's journey in hospitality began nearly 5 decades ago in the bustling kitchen and dining room of Koyaba, now named Chopsticks. And it all began with this conversation with his mother.
And my mom happened to come by one day while we were playing in the street and says, "Oh, you playing ball, eh?" I say, "Yes, ma'am." She says, "Well, you know you finish school tomorrow, eh?" I say, "Yes, ma'am." She says, "Well, I tell you what, you need to go Paradise Island, go look for your uncle and tell him you need a job."
With a keen eye for detail and a passion for service, the then young boy from Wilson Track says he committed himself to excellence and a deep understanding of the industry early on. Now regarded as a father figure on the job, Colebrooke manages a staff complement of over 3,000 people within over 50 outlets.
My number one accomplishment is the amount of Bahamians that I've trained and developed over the years. I have footprint in just about every hotel on this island. Persons who came up under me, and you know what gives me satisfaction is when I am out there in public. Persons who I don't know, but they know of me. When my name come up, they would say, "Well, such and such a person always talk about you every day on lineup."
Showing us photos from the Paradise Islander, a newspaper published back in the 80s, Colebrooke says he was part of the property before it was purchased by visionary Sir Saul Kersner, who he joined in recognizing the strength of hard workers in the hospitality industry at that time, which would one day make the property one of the best in the region. And 49 years later, the work continues.
I got a new Shake Shack coming. I got to reopen the bar. I got a miniature golf course coming. So, but in the not too distant future, I hope to ride off in the sunset. You know, spend some time with my family, because my kids and everything, they grew up while I was in the business.
As he continues his career at the multi-million-dollar resort, he says he finds delight in those now joining the industry. To those young staffers, here's his greatest admonition.
At the end of the day, you have got to have a positive mind, and you really have to live your own life, and you have to be your own man. You have to make your own decisions. You know, if I had to do it again, I will do it all over again. I will change.
As many would say, the ride will never stop for Mr. Colebrooke and Atlantis. But after hearing his entire story, we asked him, was this always the job or the career that he wanted to get into? He said, actually, he wanted to become a police officer. And after 6 months of working at Atlantis, he planned to quit and go and join the police force. Things didn't work out how he wanted it, and he decided that he loved it here, and he says he's going to continue his life here. He's definitely grateful to Atlantis for all that it has done for him and his family. He has 3 children that have graduated college, and it's just proof of the spirit here at Atlantis that not only puts Bahamians first, but puts all of the people that share in this wonderful place that is Atlantis first. Now, that's going to do it for us here at Marina Village. Before I go, Marcellus, I got to say, you're looking pretty sharp, if I do say so myself. I don't know if this is a prank or if we just have similar tastes, but I mean, I definitely can say that we look pretty good. We're back to you guys in studio.
I'm Kim, an all-around busy person, but I'm also a foodie. Bahamian food is a delightful fusion of flavors and techniques passed down, and over time has evolved into unique and delicious meals. It takes simple ingredients, and it turns into something special. So if you're a foodie like me and don't like spending all day in the kitchen, but want great food, fast, simple, and tasty, then join me as we dish it up.